Okay, now we're live. I didn't forget the
You
music.
are tuning in to Bomb City Talk with Steven Rosas and comedian Skylar Potter.
Oh, I can't seem to get away from my demons, keeping dreams at bay. My dreams at bay, my progress lacks. Oh, the pressure's building up, I know I could crack. Oh, baby, please help me find a cure for this disease. No, this disease is killing me. Oh, I've never been so blinded by what I can't see.
Welcome to the Bomb City Talk, another episode of the Bomb City Talk. Our views and opinions do not directly reflect our past or future views and opinions. We try not to, but often use adult language and talk about adult matters. That's a disclaimer, and we're your hosts, City Council candidate Steven Rosas and comedian Skylar Potter.
What is up, Steven
What's up,
Rosas, man?
What's up?
Nah, dude, nothing. I've been
We were just
wasting my
talking
life
like
on
we-
video games again. I
I
can't.
know.
I keep relapsing into
You're
fucking
trying to
video
get out. You're
games.
trying to get out, and you keep getting sucked back in.
At least it's not Sea of Thieves this time, I guess. I don't know.
But you've moved on.
I played it a little bit, but I've just been getting bored. I keep getting bested and like spending hours doing sneak shit that ends with me not making any money, and it's like 5 a.m. and I'm like, well, I could have gone to bed 2 hours ago.
Right.
But then I found yesterday, started watching there's a whole community of people who have modded GTA 5 and they play it as a role-playing game, and it's fucking intensely.
I like it.
It's so entertaining.
It is.
It
It's
is
very
so entertaining. I want to be part of it so bad.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like real life, but also, I mean, GTA-ified. You know. Like,
Yeah.
It's,
Dude,
it's not as GTA as GTA. It's more real life, which makes it more GTA in a
I guess,
way.
but like there's everyone's like, yo, you got some bud, you got some weed, and it's because like if you smoke joints, it temporarily gives you armor. You know what I mean? Like they've modded it to
Right.
where like commodity, like the shit you need to buy gives you things, and
Yeah.
then people have a way, and then people do real jobs. Like there's a guy, like I saw, there's a nurse. I've seen a lawyer. I've seen
right.
like in like the attorney was so funny because he was like, as soon as they got the guys out, like they were out, the attorney pulled back into the prison, and the guy was hot wiring a car, and he walks up, he's like, yeah, it's not the best place to be doing that. It's just as your attorney, I'm speaking.
As your attorney, I'm speaking as your attorney. That's not the best place to be hot wiring a car right outside.
Yeah, and it, like,
right outside the courtroom.
Yeah, and they like when they're in character, dude. It's so fucking funny, man. I'm very excited. I've joined on Xbox because like all that community is on PC.
Right.
So I joined a couple role playing communities like on the Xbox forums, so I can try to get invited to learn how to do some of these.
Right.
Because I really want to be part of this.
Right.
Now I don't know if they can mod it on Xbox to where I don't come in as my normal online character with
Right.
a bunch of money and
Right.
stuff like that, or if you're just if you I think you just kind of have to play by the rules if you do that. Like if I come in and I'm playing like a druggie, or if I'm playing like a fucking
Right.
criminal
If you're not
or
playing by the
something,
rules, they'll
maybe
find
I
out
only have like
somehow.
$500 on me.
Yeah.
Like I leave the rest of it in my bank, and I can only spend the $500 that I have on me unless I make money, and
Oh, yeah,
then
I'm
stuff
sure.
like that.
I'm-
You know,
I'm sure
they have to have rules and
Yeah.
stuff, but.
Yeah.
Like you're not just killing every person, because would your character would a lawyer
Right.
even
right.
would he even have a gun on him?
Right.
You know
it
what I
would
mean?
probably be a thing where you get like banned from the group and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you're not just, and then like they
And
have,
like you said, they're modded, so like.
well, then they have rules like in this one, like so if your character dies, he forgets the if you don't want him to be permanently dead, he
Yeah.
like forgets all the actions that led up to his death. You know what I mean? And your lawyer can get the police department to forget charges. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
he worked it out to where you only got 10 months, which is 10 minutes in prison versus 30, and he also got it to where your criminal charges don't show up, and they also forgot about the charges. So the next
Right.
time you come in, they treat you as if it's the first time, and you get a
Right.
discounted sentence and shit like that.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? It's
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's very, very, very in depth. So I joined some communities to try to figure out how to be part. I really want to be part of something like that. I think
Yeah.
it seems like fun.
I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah.
Like I said, the next thing you gotta be able to monetize it somehow.
I was streaming.
Not monetize it, but you know what I mean.
Sea of Thieves with my buddy Built because he streams on Twitch, and I was like, fuck it, I'll stream my half. So if anybody really wants to check out the other perspective,
Yeah.
they can. But I mean,
You should, man. To me, like content, especially for people like yourself, like.
but I can't. I mean, I can totally commit hours to it, but I can't commit that many hours in a row. Like I'm an AFK kind of guy. Like a lot of times if I'm playing a game that's that in depth, like Sea of Thieves, often I get up and I walk out of the room and I smoke a cigarette or
Yeah.
go hang out for a second
Yeah.
and then come back. So I don't know if I'd be a very entertaining streamer.
Oh man, those are simple fixes. You spend a few hours playing, and then you spend like an hour cutting out pieces where you left, and that's.
Well, no, but like, see, like on a live stream though, whenever you're
a
trying
live
to,
stream. Yeah, that's different. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know exactly how to go about capturing.
Yeah,
So
good point. Well, what else, man? We were talking about you. You had a show, your last show of the month, right? That y'all scheduled.
yeah.
When was that? Friday?
I don't remember. We've done a bunch of. We're just doing a bunch of open mics now.
Right.
Like we had an open mic last night. I didn't go because of the wind, man. I didn't leave my house yesterday.
It was crazy yesterday.
It tore apart my house.
Well, and the news is that it's being called a land hurricane. Literally.
Really?
Yeah, land hurricane. Like it was. I think they said it was like.
Man, if
level
water would have
2
been
or
involved in that bitch, that would have sucked.
Oh man, I can only imagine.
I was about to be like, hurricanes ain't shit, but like, no, I'm just kidding. That was
no,
awful.
that was awful. Like that was. I mean, I can see why they labeled it that.
I was
because
so
it
thankful
was
I wasn't delivering pizzas, dude, because like the wind would grab the box.
grab a whole pizza and take it off.
Oh my god,
Dude,
man.
it was almost as bad as a
I think AIG
tornado.
closed early.
My bank, the bank that I have my candidates, my campaign account through was closed today because they don't have any power.
Yeah, dude, it was that Sonic sign blew over, landed on the Sonic.
It was ridiculous. I got to capture
The
truck
93.1,
on
the
side.
beat. I believe their radio tower fell.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
dude,
a mess, so.
I wasn't even in my house when it happened. I had gone across the street to buy an energy drink because I just walked over there, and I was talking to the store owner, like just shooting the shit with her, dude.
yeah.
And I look over, and my front door's wide open. And I was like, shit, my door's open. So I like ran across the street, almost got hit by a car. I didn't know if someone was in my house. My dogs were out. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
And I run over here and just noticed the door's open. My dogs are fine. So I just closed the door, didn't even think anything of it. My girlfriend comes home. Every single one of the screens on our windows is no longer there. And she's holding, like, they're all sitting by the front door now. She's like holding them. When she walked in, she was like, these are all from our house. And so I was like, all right. And then as soon as she sits down, she's like, what the fuck happened to the wall? There's a big ass hole in it. I didn't even notice because I was obsessed with this stream I've been watching with this GTA bullshit.
Oh man.
I didn't even notice a hole in my house, dude. It's a big one.
Right.
It's not like a doorknob sized hole.
I didn't notice it, so there's that too.
I wanted to put tape over it to make it look like I was trying to hold it together, like for my like landlord when he has to come fix it. You know what I mean?
Just like one.
I taped the window that blew out.
A thin piece of like scotch tape.
Yeah,
just, like,
yeah.
across it. And
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, I kept it together.
Yeah, dude, I did what I could.
I did everything.
You know
I
what I
could.
mean? I didn't know what you wanted me to do. I just wanted to make sure it didn't fall apart. You know, I was worried about the whole thing crumbling in. Like,
I was worried about I
This-
stabilized it.
I want to
though.
make sure that I didn't want the front end of the house to fall.
You start using like made up words
Yeah.
for like.
Yeah, I checked the diameter, the circumference of it, and I figured one singular strip
was-
of adhesive strip would
It looked
would
like
do
it
the
was
job.
settling. It
Would-
looked like it was settling, and it was stabilized.
You know, I didn't want the whole. Not to bring up
The
9/11.
structure.
Not to bring up 9/11. or anything.
Not to bring up 9/11, but infrastructure.
Yeah.
Infrastructure. The infrastructure wasn't sound.
It was a land hurricane, dude.
It was a land hurricane. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Oh yeah, so that happened yesterday. That was a big deal. Like it wasn't one of these things that was like, oh,
I kind of
like,
missed out on like Facebook was down too. Facebook and Instagram was down.
Because I was looking on Facebook, I was like, I can't believe people aren't going nuts about
I
this.
was like, how come I
win.
can't see a single post that's not from Sunday?
Exactly. Like, what's going
That's
on?
all I was
here?
thinking.
Facebook
I
was
didn't
trying
even,
to trick you.
I'm
They're
too
like,
stupid to realize it was down.
they're like, no, everything's fine. Everything's
stayed
fine.
on it.
Just nobody's been posting since Sunday. It's
I
all right.
checked it like 35 times. I was like, dude, no one's posting shit.
Well,
Like
one of my posts, like I posted something in the morning, and then I went back after work to check it or at lunch or something like that, and I was like, it hadn't loaded. It was just like still trying to load, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like,
what the hell's going on?
yeah,
What's
Facebook.
going on over here?
What's going
What
on
the
over
hell is this?
here? Is that what
Trying
I
to
said?
post.
Is that what I sounded
No.
like? What the hell's going on?
What's
over
going
here?
on? Freaking want to put my words up.
on the Facebook?
I'm trying to tell people where I'm eating.
trying to tell people where I'm at.
I went to sign it. The fucking sign blew over. I guess I'll let them know on Snapchat.
I guess I'll go on Snapchat. Oh my god.
Instagram can't load my notifications. The bad guy who's never loud.
None of my pictures are
I'm
showing up.
pretty upset about. It's like I know it's free, but it's mine.
But it's mine. It's all I've got.
Someone explain to me how hard it is to run an organization like Facebook.
And he blows out of his nose a lot.
Yeah.
Now you tell me.
As he hits his vape pen. Listen.
Listen. Oh shit.
There's a big cloud.
That's a big cloud. Did anybody get that on video?
I love Wu-Tang. I don't know. I just feel like you need to know that.
I feel like we always go to that. Everybody is from the same area.
Yeah, it's because we
They're
don't
all-
know them.
They're all different from.
Because we
the
don't.
sa-
It's because we don't know them.
Yeah.
But it's because there's assholes everywhere. So that no one could be like, "You guys always do the same accent." First off, one of the only accents I can do outside of a fucking Texas one,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't like making fun of my own people.
True that. Well, and there's a lot of them here, so.
And they might beat the fuck up out of me. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want people to think we're making fun of
I don't know
people
if you
in
ever-
our
I
town.
don't know if you ever got your ass whooped in a bar, but it's not very fun.
Right. It's not. It's not fun passing out in a bar, much less.
Dude, I left the bar one time. It was during the Cowboy game this season. They were about to win. All they had to do was make a field goal. And I looked at my girlfriend. I was like, it's going to hit a post.
Yeah,
And it
did.
fucking hit a post. And
Yeah,
I was like, I'm
out of
tab,
here. I'm outta
please.
here.
Can I get my tab? I don't want to die.
Tab.
I shouldn't have said it out loud. You're right. My fault. My fucking fault.
Man, the year before last, I made a comment. I think it was Thanksgiving, and like they were when it was the year before last, maybe or something like that. I can't remember. Football years run into each other, man. Like, what's
They literally do.
what's the same and what's different? Like, people
they
talk
go-
about people from years ago and be like, bro, that has nothing to do with right now. And like, for some reason, like, next year will have nothing to do with this year. Like, they could win or they could lose. But anyways, so I was like, I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm from Texas. I like my Cowboys to win. But I'm not like one of those, and I think it was Thanksgiving, and they were playing.
Probably the Redskins because
No,
America's
I
fucked.
think they were playing
Dude,
like
the Cowboys
Green-
play the Redskins a lot
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving. I think
Yeah.
I think that's their traditional game.
The super racist, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
let's not get into that.
How'd they get away with that for 50 years or like 40-something years?
They're still. It's still called the Redskins, though. Is like
Well,
another,
no. But like, how'd they get away with on Thanksgiving having the Cowboys play the Redskins for like 30-something years or some amount of a huge amount of there's a margin of time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, almost since the beginning of football, like
And
since
like no 2009, like 2000, maybe 17, people were like, "Wait a second, we can all be offended about shit, right?" Well, that one seems appropriate. You know what I mean?
The thing is about offense is I think like now there's more people that are able to voice offense because
Nah,
like,
man,
well, think about it.
Dude,
Think
they
about
have
the
a
civil-
fucking microscope
Well,
out, and
think
they're
about
looking
the-
for shit
well,
to
yeah,
be offended
well, yeah,
about.
but now, like we have the like freedom of speech and everything like that. But
We've
think
had
about,
that.
but think about Civil War, the civil rights era.
Gotta stop watching Marvel movies, okay?
When folks, yeah, right, when folks were getting like sprayed down by hoses and stuff, like just for like protesting. Like,
It was hot that day, all right?
right.
Cops
But-
were trying to help.
But think about that. Now you don't like. You can still see racism, but now like everybody on both sides is like has a voice, and so like it's easier. Yeah, but everybody's offended now. Like now, like
Yeah,
now you've got those folks that are offended because
I'm offended because everyone's offended.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is like you can be offended over something that affected your heritage. You know, you can be offended over your sexuality, which a lot of that stuff historically has.
Dude, my uncle got his ass whooped in a bar. Like when I was a kid, I'm not looking for that guy for
Right.
the rest of my life. Remember Brad had one too many that one time and beat up Michael? That's not cool. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, no, like let it the fuck go.
Yeah,
If I'm not mad about shit, I was there.
yeah,
I watched it. I felt
Right.
bad. You know?
right.
Dude,
Yeah.
who the fuck cares? Guess what? They're fine.
Yeah,
Everything's fine, dude. Why get offended? Just go home.
but
and do
that's the
something.
thing. is
Change
that-
the channel.
but
Stop
that-
reading that tweet.
But people
Stop
but
watching
people-
Roseanne. Whatever the fuck offends you.
But people would say, and that comes from a place of privilege.
Why?
Because
you
but-
can
well,
stop?
think of
'Cause
why
you
you're
can stop?
offended. Think of why you're offended.
I'm not. I think it's
No,
dumb
you're
to be-
offended.
I'm not offended. I think it's stupid.
Well, yeah,
But that's not offended.
Well, okay, it's like okay if you
If I took offense to it, I'd be protesting with signs and trying to
Oh,
make
yeah.
my own cause, and
Well,
I'd start a
I mean,
hashtag.
there's levels. There's levels of.
no, I
offense.
think it's dumb.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is like you are in a place. Your perspective is from comedy,
My perspective,
which is
if I
has-
disagree
has
with something, I turn it off or I don't watch
Well,
it.
yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't let it run
Yeah.
my life. I don't like if you're offended by a TV show, stop
But
DVRing
that's the
it.
thing.
Stop watching it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Stop, and then move the fuck on.
Well,
There's no reason to tweet the actor who said the line that offended you, and be like, he should be taken down forever, dude. Let it go.
I know, but you're talking about certain areas. There's a lot of
that
areas.
dude that
to
got
be-
his ass whooped that paid the dues that
Oh,
that
yeah,
guy's a
well,
dickhead. I guess that on some level that offends me. I think he's a piece of shit. I still offended is probably the wrong word.
Yeah, oh, that's a different situation. Like that should have never
But,
happened.
yeah.
That was like that's ridiculous.
But I can't think of a single thing that I'm offended by that I feel like I should change.
Yeah.
That me single-handedly
Well, yeah, I mean,
should
but,
fight
yeah.
and change and spend all this energy because, and it's usually somebody else's right that people are offended by.
Well, think about this. Think about if they started saying that you couldn't say certain words on stage in front of people.
I get told that all the time.
Well, I mean, but like
I booked
but-
a club
but-
in Colorado. It's a gay club. I am
Well,
not allowed to say any form of the word gay or any slur or anything like
Well-
that. And I didn't argue against it. I didn't get offended that they were trying
but
to censor me.
I'm talking about like
I
in
understood what was
a
happening.
governmental type
what was
way.
being asked of me. Though. But still, a lot of people would be offended. What do you mean? You're fucking up my freedom of speech. I can't say.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Dude,
but
it doesn't matter.
but
like
they-
I got booked on a gig. They asked me. There are rules to this world we live in, and I'm willing to adhere. Like, dude, if it makes sense on paper, why get offended by it? Why not just roll with it, dude? It's one day out of my life. One day out of my life, I can't say a word that honestly I'm not very comfortable saying unless it's in a joke form anyway.
That's a bad example. I don't know. It's just it's something hard to discuss. Like it just offense. Like sometimes it's taken to the extreme where it's like, why are you offended about this thing? And sometimes it's personal things that people have gone through throughout their lives, and
I
so
talked
they
two
don't
of my
want to
friends
see.
out of fist fighting yesterday.
Well-
I saw they were beefing on Facebook.
Yeah.
I saw that it got out of hand. I reached out to each
and
one of
Facebook's
them.
different too.
I reached out to each one of them, told them how stupid I thought it was. Had one of them come over. I asked him, I was like, what do you have to gain from this? He's like, I'll let him know that I'm not a bitch and that, like, don't fuck with me. I was like, cool. What do you have to lose from this? He's like, a lot. I was like, in any scenario, if the loss doesn't trump the outcome of, like, or if your win doesn't trump the losses that you can adhere to, like, you might lose all this. and that victory doesn't make it worth it, why do it? Like, why go fight this guy if you can lose something? And all you're going to be is like, I'm better, stronger.
Well,
than you.
yeah.
I don't understand that.
Well, yeah.
And on the same level of being offended, why try to change someone's thought process? Just fucking don't listen to them. Let's go with social media. If somebody on your social media is posting negative stuff that you find offensive, instead of combating them on it and trying to get everybody on your friends list to see it your way and try to change that person's reality, fucking block them. Unfriend them.
Yeah, apathy
dude.
that way that doesn't change
if
anything.
you don't,
That's never changed anything.
But if you give them the light of day, the person that's offending you, and you're giving everybody because I have followers, I have people who follow what I do. So if I start adhering and I start getting offended and I start combating people on social media over things that I find quote unquote offensive, now I brought people that maybe see it my way to there. I'm still giving them light. Right? If you don't shed light on something, it goes away. If somebody was protesting, I've seen it happen, dude. Gay Pride, the Gay Pride Festival, Repent Amarillo shows up. They're trying to make a big deal out of stuff, right? Nobody went over and nobody fucked with them. Nobody said words to them. Nobody gave them the time of day. Nobody combated them. No one took pictures to be a dick with them. Everyone just simply laughed and walked by. They were there for 30 minutes versus the 3.5 hours they probably would have been there, causing problems because nobody gave a fuck about them. Like
I still think I think there's in a level like you cannot ignore that type of thing because it'll just breed more.
I think whenever you give them the response that a lot of these guys just want to fucking outright, like whenever you're offended by something that makes no sense, it's a simple thing that can be overlooked and walked away from. Whenever you're offended by something like that, you're looking for the attention. You're attention seeking. You're not really offended. You wanna shit on somebody while somebody else like a group of people have your back.
Yeah, but in the same sense,
it's like mob mentality.
I know, but in the same sense, there
are real things to be offended about.
Yeah, and
a lot of them are like our government is bombing 1,000 people who are innocent and to get one guy.
Well, and there have
be offended by that. Don't be offended by the fact that some dude is ignorant with his language, but his heart might be in the right place.
Well, yeah, there's like I said, there's levels to things. Like there are like.
But can you see it from my point of view, where I'm I think if you just removed being offended and the drive and the need to have to change it, I feel like you're gonna live a much better and happier life. You're not gonna be stressed the fuck out about what everybody else is doing.
True to an extent, but again, apathy only helps the people that are like.
Just stand by the people who are being victimized, and don't seek out.
Yeah.
Trying to fucking stop. Like, there's gonna be times where
and
someone's a victim to something, and you can stand up for them, and that's fine.
Well, and a lot of
I believe in that full-heartedly.
A lot of people will take standing by the victim by reframing perspective. Just you say, people are offended. Well, if there's certain words that now aren't
okay. I have a great example, I think, of what you're saying, and I think I did what you think. This is how I handled this situation.
Right.
I was working at Radio Shack. I worked with a guy who happened to be gay. And he doesn't – you wouldn't know, dude. He's like me. Mm-hmm. He says, bro, what's up, homie? Mm-hmm. Shit like that. He just happened to be gay, right?
Right.
I worked with him. I knew. We have a customer buying a cell phone. And he keeps saying shit like, you got to keep them fags away from you. And he's talking to this gentleman, right?
Right.
This guy's too nice to say anything. So I wait for my opportunity. As soon as my buddy, I don't want to say his name, as soon as he goes in the back to grab a cell phone, I look at the guy and I was like, you need to watch how you're talking. He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm gay.
Right.
You keep running your mouth like that. You don't know who's gay, dude. Watch your fucking mouth. And I went back to stocking the shelf.
Right.
I didn't have to call that guy out for being gay.
Right.
And I put a stop to it. I guess on some level I was offended, but not like I got to fucking take to the world and get a backing and fuck this guy's life up. What I told him is, watch your fucking mouth. We're going to have a problem. I'm gay.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not gay.
Yeah.
But someone needed to say something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now I feel you. Like, see, that's where I would say,
instead of being like, look, he's gay, You're doing this.
Yeah.
You're offending him. How fucking dare you? How dare you come in here? Get the fuck out of my store. Nah, dude.
Yeah.
Listen. Watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah. Well,
Boom.
I mean, and a lot of that in person.
And, dude, after that, he didn't
Yeah.
say another word. He was a respectable human being. Someone, like, he thought we were cool. He's an old, dude, to be real, he's old. I mean, I don't know what when an old guy's doing shit like that, what the fuck do you think, man? They're old.
Yeah.
Like, they're raised in a way different time.
And that's the thing is, like, you can be offended, you know, and for other people and say something, and then I think that, like you said, that a culture, that online culture, has started just exacerbating that offense. Like, because you can say, you know, like, I've seen dudes just, like, talking just dirty to chicks. They put their pictures in there. They just say something stupid. I'm like, dude, have some respect. And then they will, like, go and start talking shit. And then you feel like you've got to defend yourself, or not defend yourself, but, like, keep, like, saying, well, what do you mean? Like,
I've definitely trolled people, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
not to say that I've grown up in the last couple of years, but yeah, dude. I mean, there are times where I see a really stupid fight.
Yeah.
My comedy buddies are in there. I want to make them laugh. And so, like, when I troll, I don't just, like, fuck you, da-da-da. Like, I usually just, I'm, like shit, like, I'm offended that everyone in this post is offended. And I've done that. It's fun, dude. It's a nice little fucking adrenaline rush if that's what you're looking for, you know.
Right.
You know, like, oh, this is crazy. But, yeah, man, like, if I ever do shit like that, it's 100% fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings.
And I think
I might be trying to push your buttons and get you riled up, but I'm definitely not being sincere.
Yeah, and that's the case. Is like I have gotten to where I'm very, you know, if somebody says something, I usually just let them talk on the comments, and people argue and whatever, unless it just really pisses me off. But most of the time, like I said, it just they still call them social justice warriors and everything like that. They're the same people on both sides that are offended at offense. And then there's people on one side that are just so they have lived in their perspective of being, and I hate to use the word victimized, because I'm the same way when it comes to, like,
I keep seeing articles like people found Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Offensive.
I mean, and like it's one of those things where it's like,
dude, if you go back and watch
outrage.
The Little Giants. I just bought it. I bought it on Xbox. It's like $14. Wonderful fucking movie. You remember it from when we were kids?
Yeah.
The Little Giants.
Yeah.
At one point, there's a girl. First off, completely liberal movie. Like, it's a girl who wants to play football, and she doesn't get picked, so they start her own team. The underdog wins. It's a fucking fantastic story. At one point, they're like, "You look like you look like a boy. You play like a boy, but do you pee like a boy?" And then the one kid goes, "Hot to trot, but she still got a squat." Like, somebody can find that overwhelmingly offensive in 2019. It was made in 94.
But the thing is like, these people that are writing these articles.
You can't go back and rewrite a script of something that's already been put out and produced and put in a film. If it wasn't offensive then, fucking let it go.
But the thing is, like,
dude.
what I'm saying is, like, it's some of this fake outrage. Like,
that's,
we see that those are for people that are offended about people being offended.
Well, see,
because those start up just as much as somebody saying, "Oh, you'll never believe what happened," and then you got.
Well, I see people like I'm offended. Like, they're not. No one ever really says I'm offended by this, but I see a post or something along the lines of some crazy shit, and I can tell they're upset by it. And then there are instances where I scroll by and I go, I can see why people are offended by this. Now, what I have to do is I don't know that guy. I don't know him.
Right.
So let's just say Brad Pitt punched a fucking baby, right? Hypothetically, Brad Pitt out of nowhere walks up and just jaws a kid, right? I'm gonna be a little offended, sure.
Right.
But I don't know him, so why is it on me to go to social? I can't fucking believe Brad Pitt. Let's start a hashtag punching, or Pitt punches baby, fucking whatever. Like,
hashtag boycott Pitt.
Yeah, hashtag Pitt versus infant or
Boycott.
something, like, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
so, like, I think that you can read something, go, damn, that's terrible, and then move the fuck on.
Yeah.
There's reason to fucking think about it.
But think about it. Think about how many people actually post it, and how many people are like you.
You'll see things that have millions of shares, man, or
Well, I
hundreds of
know.
thousands of shares.
I know, but with those, there's exponentially amount other people that saw that and they were like, "Pfft." You just, like I said, it's just that it's that sensationalism that they're catching you too. They're catching everybody.
But what they like, I guess if I'm offended by anything, it's the fact that people want to look like they're pure. Oh, I'm always fighting the good fight. Like I'm offended for everybody. I love everybody so much, so equally that everything offends me.
Right.
Let me speak to your manager.
Right.
Like I just don't understand that, and like that offends me.
Yeah.
I guess if I'm really offended by anything, it's the fact that people will go out of their way to fuck over somebody's life over something they tweeted fucking 7 years ago. Whenever it got 7,000 retweets. What the fuck are you talking about? It was offensive. It wasn't offensive then.
Right.
Everyone was laughing. You know how
No,
many
I feel
happy
you.
faces it had on there?
Right.
There wasn't a single mad face back in 2014. I guess they didn't have them then. But you know what I'm
Right,
saying,
right,
dude? Like
right.
nobody was fucking. If I'm mad at anything about our society, it's that. It's 100% that.
Like retroactive
No,
punishment.
everybody has to be perfect. Everybody is a god. I'm so much better. Like whenever you're sharing shit like that, it's because you're showing everybody on your timeline how much how good you are. Like oh man, like I'm such a good person.
Right, right.
Like people who share dog abuse videos. Like we gotta catch this guy. You're a piece of shit. You just made me watch a dog get hit with a bat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh
I
my
fucking
God,
hate you.
I
hate you
those
for that.
things.
And like you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
You're like you should not have shared that. You should have shared hashtag let's stop animal abuse.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
not with the video.
Yeah.
And just because Facebook covers it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. Like you still shared that. Like you're a piece of shit. And like, yeah, it's just that's the kind of like just having to be better than everybody and showing it's fake. It's so fucking fake.
I mean, that kind of goes to
You go from being perfect on the internet to
Yeah.
fucking downloading pirated music on your laptop.
Yeah, that. I mean, like that goes to the whole schism that we have is, you know, our social media era that we live in, man. I mean, you see it on all the documentaries.
Yeah.
You know, just like you saw the Fire Festival fiasco crap. Have you seen any of that? Well,
See, that's another thing. I've been maybe that's why I feel the way I do is I remove myself from a lot of media. I look up like I only share if I can. Everyone has off days where they find something they're passionate about or that strikes a chord with them and they're gonna share it.
Right.
Usually mine's like, hey, help this person.
Right.
You know, but typically I share funny things.
Right.
You know, I just try to stick to funny.
Right.
Because laughter makes everybody feel better, 100%. And if it offends you, you know if it's me sharing it, it's 100% from the humor factor of it.
Right.
Like I'm never sharing something for to be a dick. You know what I mean? Like I might talk shit on the president and but here's the thing, whenever people comment, I typically am nice to them and I like and happy face their comments and let them know like I'm not trying to be toxic.
But I
dude.
mean, and you're not an asshole. You know, you're not one of those people.
Yeah,
You know that
I don't want to be toxic.
that's the thing is like I said, you have a hard time. I feel like being in the head of like these assholes and people that are just easily offended because you have such a easy demeanor. Assholes, it's
just easy
like,
to let
and,
shit
I mean,
go,
I have days.
My
that,
girlfriend and I
like-
will fight, and I'm good within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, let's go grab dinner. Unfortunately, she needs a day.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna be mad
Well,
for the rest of the night.
And I'm the same way.
I can get over it in dude. You and I can get into a fight right now, and by the end of the podcast, I would be
yeah.
fine.
I mean, I think that's just kind of how guys are. Most guys.
Yeah.
But I just have days that I wake up and I'm on Facebook. I'm like, what the, like everything's stupid to me, and so I go and I comment on people because like I'm just going and venting or something. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I say stupid shit, and I don't mean to be a dick about it, you know. You know, it's just one of those things. I mean, and I think just there's so many people. It's hard for us to fathom, like, you know, like these people that liked this group are just really just a small amount of people that even saw it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just such a small batch of people.
We'll see. Like
that it's
I was
magnified.
actually hearing someone talk about like numbers like that today on that role play group I was talking about. So they've had like 2 or 3 really big streamers come in and start playing this game, and so they went from this dude averages like maybe the head of the group averages like 2,000, 3,000 people at a time watching him. Summit comes in, he has 50,000 people. So let's say 10% of them are kind of toxic assholes. Like
right.
when they jump into other people's chat, that's a big number. It's a huge number.
Well, because they're the loudest.
Yeah. So, like for instance, last night there was there was like in the role playing game there was some gang beef, and this group, Chang and Charles, they're looking for the cholos who shot at him earlier. Well, they spot them and they just roll up and dumpster them. They just roll up and shoot them. Now, in that community, that's really not the way to go handle things. They're like, there should have been some role play back and forth. Like, yo, what do you have a problem for? Like, there needed to be some dialogue before gunshots. And so they shoot him. That guy, it happened to be the head of, like, one of the communities. And he was kind of upset because he's like, my players never met either one of those characters. Like, never seen Chang in the game.
Yeah.
My characters only had 5 words with Charles.
Right.
So the fact that it was already violent doesn't make much sense because you got to put yourself like you're that character. Like, why would your character run up and just drive by them?
Yeah, there was no story
you should have
built.
like you could have fired above them. You didn't have to aim for them.
Yeah, there's no plot. There's no plot.
Yeah. So, but whenever he's explaining this, which I understand what he's going for, let's say the 10% of the toxic community jumps in. Oh, you're just being a bitch. Da 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 da, and it hinders where this community could be going in a positive, like because like they've been building this for a year, whereas the 50,000 people that just watched Summit play have only seen this is a brand new thing to them. They assume it just came out. Like they don't know that this community's been here for 4 years, working and establishing how they like to do things.
Right.
And Summit understands that, and he's trying to play by the rules, but it's new to him. So his chat, the toxic people in his chat, have the ability to fuck up the game for everybody else by just going to other streamers and talking shit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
and it's a small portion of them.
Yeah, but that's social media, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the world. You know, think about like, you know, you talked about your freedom platform. Just like everything, man.
Yeah, that would never work.
No, because that's what happened when we got here. Everybody was like, let's write down this Constitution. Nobody ruin freedom.
We'll use a feather.
Nobody ruin freedom. Well, you know, the first thing that they did was ruin freedom by taking slaves. You know what I mean? Like ruin freedom from the get go. And so, I mean, that's kind of where we're at now. It's just like we're ruin freedom from the jump, and now we're paying for it.
From my understanding, I've never done Ancestry.com, right?
Yeah.
From my understanding, I'm Irish Native American.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, like, from just listening to family, which God knows if they're accurate. But
right.
Let's say I am Irish Native American. Both of my ancestors had a really fucking rough start here.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean,
so
Native Americans were peaceful until
right. What I'm saying
mostly. I mean, you had a.
What I'm saying is both sides of my ship had it fucking rough.
Yeah.
One side got genocide, the other side was slaves, right? So why am I not offended?
There's a whitewashing, man. That's the thing is like Hispanics.
I understand how terrible it was, and like. But I don't think I deserve anything for something that happened that long ago.
Well, I mean, and I don't think anybody necessarily deserves anything for something that happened that long ago. I just understand that there are systems in place that
I wanted to check out the tribe thing and see, like, if there's a reservation I'm allowed to go to and check it out and learn a little bit. But
usually it's not unless you're like 100%.
Right, exactly. And so, like, I mean, and my grandmother looked Cherokee as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, like, or maybe my great grandmother.
Yeah.
And she only had one leg. Oh my god. Fucking freaked me out.
I'm sorry to hear that.
When I met her, she only had one leg, and then my grandma didn't have any teeth. I met her, I was like, this is the weirdest family I've ever been by. You know what I mean? Well, I was 10, dude. It was scary.
What I've learned in the last few years just from reading books that they don't teach you in school. They don't, like, Irish kids and people like what that is essentially what got Martin Luther King killed. Not the civil rights movement, not all that, but when he started unifying poor white people and poor black people, which nobody talks about Mexicans, but Mexicans, since the inception of America, have been slaves, have been deported when there was a recession, and imported when
they
needed,
really got a fucking shit into the deal here.
and imported when they needed cheap labor. You know what I mean? So like the fact that Hispanics aren't more active is really upsetting. But that's what got Martin Luther King killed, was saying, you know, this isn't white against black against brown. This is poor against rich, and it's been that way since the beginning.
That's how I see it. Maybe that's why I'm not always
yeah.
Maybe that's it, dude. Like, I'm not well off, dude.
Well,
I grew up in the fucking hood. Like, it's not. I didn't have money.
You know what's messed
I had to
up?
buy my first car. I didn't get gifted a car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had stepdads and fucking crazy households and cops coming over on Christmas and shit. Like, I've lived. Like, we've all lived a normal fucking crazy kind of life. I don't have access to a country club and shit like that. Like, just because I'm white doesn't mean I have like a fucking BMW or fucking
Well,
Tesla.
I mean, and I think other like people of color know that. I think, but it's another thing.
They for sure do.
It's another thing.
And I think it's lost on a lot of white people that they do know that. Like I don't get like, I'm way more comfortable on the bad sides of town.
Yeah.
Here in Amarillo than I am on the like over on Bell or
Well,
Coulter or Sauncey.
You know, and they're we call them bad sides of town, which I mean some they have,
say rougher maybe.
Yeah, they have higher rates of crime, but I mean if you took as good a care of them as you did other sides of town, there would be more lights, there would be, you know, less. Everybody knows that when you take care of your city, there's less crime. So I mean, these parts of town we know have been ignored maybe or underrepresented. But the thing is like you go over there and, you know, people think they're dangerous and there's more crime that's committed or whatever, but a lot of these people are just like everybody else. I mean, they are.
You think that, dude? If you're hungry.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. Just checking out something real quick.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of bummed. All right.
What?
No, it doesn't matter. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't bring it up.
I was hoping the streamer I was just talking about was gonna play that role play game, but it looks like he's playing Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right.
Actually, no. It looks like that was a YouTube from Twitch Zone. Never mind. We good. We good.
Well, shit. Hey, man, you want to take a break and then do sponsors, and then we'll do like a small second half?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, we're already at 42.
Oh yeah, we're doing good.
We're back. To them, that was like,
We're back.
we're at 40. What did I say? We're at 42. We're back.
Yeah, right. Well, let's do we say sponsors, but let's do our people. Yeah, there you go. Intro music, Beat Bodega, Burden. Who's the lead singer again? Austin?
No, my buddy Sam Quattlebaum plays
Yeah,
the bass.
there you go.
Plays he slapper the bass,
He
man.
slapper the bass, man.
slapper the
I love
bass,
that
man.
movie.
Way up here.
Yeah. Slapper the bass,
Slapper.
man.
This where you play air bass up here, man.
Slapper the bass.
Slapper that was like Borat.
Yes,
Slapper the bass, man.
She's like, no.
Slapper the bass.
No, he's like, if it was live, you'd understand. It's on his little computer playing
Yeah.
Rush. All right, nothirdlane.com. You're not wearing your shirt today. I saw a picture.
Nah, dude, I got Rocksteady and Bebop.
Hell yeah. OGs.
Come on, bro.
What?
Rocksteady and Bebop.
I know, the OGs.
Yeah, it's actually a shirt my buddy Jay gave me. He's a glass blower here in town. It's really good. You guys go check out Murder Glass. While we're doing plugs, free plugs for fucking everybody. Emerald National Bank, local. Check it out.
Oh my God, they might sue us for that. They just be like, hey, like you mentioned us in your
Nah,
show.
dude.
You owe us money.
Nah, dude, I bank with them. They're good.
$35 surcharge.
Yeah, whatever.
Um,
Like, you know I don't have it.
you know I don't got no money in it.
You can see my account right fucking now.
Right? Like I know you checked out my
There's $2.45 in that bitch. You can have it. I don't...
Spitefully Spicy.
Spitefully Spicy.
Yeah.
Colin Robinson at Colin.
You know
Sucks on
what?
Instagram.
You know
at
what?
Spitefully Spicy.
I've
on
been so
Instagram.
taken by the color of his salsas, but I have never officially tried some. We need to have an
Like a
official
taste test.
An official taste
We'll
test
do
here
it.
on the show, so we can maybe record it, cut it up. and
Maybe
make
we'll
it
go
into, like, a
to
little
Rockstar
promo.
Pizza over here if they're still
Ooh,
open.
good
Grab
idea.
some wings, some naked wings, and we'll toss like 2 wings and a couple sauces.
Yeah, have them.
Well, I'm gonna
do
make
the
you eat that blueberry ghost pepper.
That's my favorite one. I mean, at
It's
least
hot.
the color.
Fucking hot.
That's my favorite color, the purple.
The
like-
strawberry Carolina Reapers, fucking
I haven't seen that one.
brutal. It's like red. It's like a dark
I bet
red.
it's pretty.
Yeah.
The mango one's real pretty.
Mango
Real pretty
habanero.
yellow.
The hatch green chili is really good.
Yeah.
It's like a baby shit green.
It's delicious.
It's so good.
So good. Okay, so it's at Colin Sucks,
Yeah,
right?
Colin with 1 LSUX.
Okay, and at Spitefully Spicy on
Yeah.
on both on Instagram.
Go
right?
drop it. Then we got Draxa Tubes.
Draxa Tubes.
Just
Yeah.
self-explanatory. I think you guys know what they are. They're
Yeah.
tubes that you put shit in
Yeah.
and then you smoke it.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
for
tobacco
tobacco use
use only in Amarillo, Texas, Texas.
But you
because
can
it's
you can
illegal.
buy a box of them here and then go to Colorado and fucking do whatever you want with
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So-
And also, I think aren't they putting forth a bill? Isn't it like Bill 420 to take it off of the actual dangerous substance list?
I have no idea.
Like, if that was the case,
I'm
it
a
wouldn't
comedian.
only be like legal. It would just be like food. It would be like you could buy it like anywhere, grocery stores, whatever.
Yeah, dude. And like, if no one's OD'd yet on pot, and like with the shit we have now, the fact that like you can go to YouTube, type in a video of a guy taking 7-gram hit of hash,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not die.
Yeah.
You can't do that with any other substance that I know of that's on that list, and not die.
First of all, like, I don't want to go and watch some dude like be like, all right, I'm about to shoot up 3 syringe fulls of
9
heroin."
grams of that smack.
Yeah, I don't even know what the terminology is. But like, I don't want to go over there and watch some guy like, and he's just ODs off the first one. You're like, oh, this is sad.
Yeah, I'm about to foam at the mouth.
You're about to be real concerned about me.
Smash that like button.
Smash the like button.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe with that little bell. Just make sure whoever runs this channel next shows up in your notifications.
Whoever runs this channel next. My kid's the
World
beneficiary.
star. Right?
World star. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, anyways.
You guys feel the need to complain.
Well, if you dig the Bomb City Talk or feel like you must whine about what we said, find us on Facebook at The Bomb City Talk. Email us at thebombcitytalk@gmail.com. Or if you're feeling brave, contact us individually on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Steven Rosas and at Funny Guy Sky.
Funny guy Sky over there. I re-downloaded my Twitter today, so
Really?
I haven't had it on my phone. I don't fuck with Twitter that much, man. But
I mean, it's good. It's good for writing. Like, if you think of like quick things to say, it's good to like go on there and put it and see how many.
I
likes
used to
you can
use
get.
that. Yeah, I used to do that a lot, man. I need to do that more. I go to like the trending hashtags and just find the ones that people were doing and try to make jokes out of it.
Yeah, try to make jokes out of the trending hashtags. Like, it's about the best use of it until you become famous.
Yeah. Then you're like, oh, I'll be in Portland.
Yeah. Well, I'll be in Portland doing a live show, everybody.
Okay, going live on the podcast at 4 o'clock.
I've been waiting for this play now for 4 hours.
I'm going to retweet Joe Rogan.
Hopefully he gets me on the show now this week. Oh, my God. I'm famous, everybody. Don't forget that.
I'm big enough that Donald Trump's definitely going to read this one.
He's definitely going to block me this time. Oh, my gosh.
Shit, dude, we're at 49, man.
Yeah, well, do we have any news?
No,
Any news? No news.
no news.
No nothing. Except for
The world's offended.
the world's offended. Rich people got to get into college for money. For bribery.
For bribery.
Surprising DNA found in ancient people from South Europe.
They're aliens.
Pennsylvania mom seeks colon cancer symptoms for hemorrhoids. Oh, mistakes colon cancer symptoms for hemorrhoids. Yep, that's it. And then, like I said, the rich kids are having college scandals. I wish I could go to college.
It's like when I was watching South Park, and there was the episode the other day where Ike is sleeping with his teacher, and she goes to the mom goes to the cops. Like, this student's sleeping with this boy. He's like, oh, yeah, that's a crime. Where are all these cool teachers whenever I was a kid? It's like the way the cops are doing it. It was so fucking funny. So fucking funny. All right, man. I think you want to go ahead and call it?
Yeah, let's call it. Let me see if I can find a quote here. Oh, I like this one. If everything seems under control, you're not going fast enough. Oh yeah, we've got our outro too now. I forgot about that. All right, this is the outro. That was the Bomb City Talk. We cannot be held liable for any misinformation or situational confusion. If you think what we've said is not factually accurate, please do your own research and send us a link from a reputable source. You can reach Steven on Facebook at Mr. Steven Rosas Official, on Instagram, Twitter, and Medium at Mr. Steven Rosas, or Skylar on all platforms at Funny Guy Sky. And that's the show.
Even on Discord now.
Discord?
I don't know my hashtag, though. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Discord. Check it out.
Later, Brent.
Later.
So fucking high, I didn't come down for days. When we were animals, our bed was a grave. I was your concubine, you were my slave. When we were animals. I cried and called, I screamed and howled that lonely night she ran away. I'm still an animal. King of my cage. Turn on the TV, Frank Sinatra singing my